Well,
Chrysler.
we'll still be friends, no matter what the outcome.
We will. Hey, Mr. Scott.
Morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
All
Good
right.
morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving today as the presiding judge. On this morning, we are doing our veterans docket. And so hopefully everybody that's on is familiar. I do see some cameras may be off, and I hope those are not individuals in the courtroom, because we need to make sure we know where you're supposed to be and that we have you in the right place. I am going to ask that everyone, please make sure your phone is muted until your case is called. Good morning in the courtroom to Officer Lott and to Ms. Matt. Good morning to both of you. Thank you for serving on today.
Morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Judge. And we have another officer.
Oh, good morning, other officer.
She's gonna say her name, Officer Miss Maloney.
Yes, good morning, other officer. Good morning to you. I come back. I'll practice your name. I'll get it right. Good morning to you. Thank you for serving. All right. Thank you, Miss Wilson. Good morning to you. And then good morning. I'm going to have everyone else place your appearance on the record. We'll start with the attorneys, the specialty court attorneys.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, courtroom. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. Good morning to you. I'm going to ask everyone to please mute your device. I'm getting some feedback. All right, good morning, Mr. Reed. Your motion is granted.
And good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Veterans Treatment Court Defense Attorney. I too would make a similar motion.
All right, good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. I will now go to our case managers. Ms. Robs.
Morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs, Veteran and Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Robs. And then Mr. Kusheri.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Kusheri. Good to see you.
You too.
All right. Let's go to our veteran mentors. I have Mr. Parker first on the screen. Mr. Parker, unmute and place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court Mentor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Parker. And then Mr. Scott, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Scott, Veterans Drug Court Mentor.
All right. Thank you and good morning. And thank you both for serving today as our mentors. Before we get started on this morning, are there any preliminary matters that the court needs to consider?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
Okay, nothing. All right, then we will get started. I'm going to start this morning with Mr. Stitt. Mr. Stitt, if you could unmute for me. I have the following matter for you. I have case number 05-37452. Mr. Stitt, state your full name for the record.
Willis Allen Stitt.
All right, Mr. Stitt, you're still smiling. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. Sort of busy. I was afraid I was going to be late here.
Oh, no, you were obviously the first person that dialed in this morning.
Yeah, but I was still out there working. I was out there
Oh,
working.
all right, very good. Well, here's the beauty of being in Zoom. If you were in our regular court, if we were not in a pandemic, you would be sitting at 36th District Court until your case is called and until we finish the Veterans Treatment Court docket. So we doing pretty good on this Zoom thing. I don't know how long we gonna ride it, but you all are really doing well. I almost feel bad for the people who came before you, who had to take off from work, park, pay parking, and sit in the courthouse while we do the docket. So you all are very fortunate, very
Yes.
fortunate. All right, so Mr. Stitt, you've been working your program.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
right,
yes,
tell me
I
what's
have.
going on with your programming and what you've been doing.
I've been really being patient with myself and others, and basically just staying by myself, staying away from the bad crowds, not to be getting too much influenced by what goes on around here. Just basically just trying to be a good human being, a good person in this job. Yes.
All right,
And I finished my community service too yesterday.
you did wonderful.
I
Yes.
only had 5 hours left, but I'm on the snow team here. So that's really burning me up. I've been riding my bike through the snow to get here early in the morning, like at 10 o'clock, and start plowing. So by the time my day is done, I am tired.
I know you are, sir. All right. I can't wait to pull out my shiny red bike, but the weather's gonna have to get a little bit better. Too cold for me. No, sir.
I actually had a flat every single day. By the time I get here, get ready to go home, I had a flat. I'm like, I don't believe this.
Look at you, Mr. Stitt, but you got there, you took care of business. So proud of you. We had an opportunity to staff on yesterday. Ms. Robs, is there anything that you need me? But before that, Mr. Stitt, I want to know, where'd you do your community service?
At Freedom, loving kindness.
And what did you think of your service there? Or what did you think of the opportunity to provide, to give back to the community?
I felt sort of compassion for the veterans that were living in there. I mean, I can tell some of them are in a state where I can tell they're not sure of themselves. And I look at my life and I see that I am so blessed. I mean, I asked the guy, I'm like, how do these veterans end up in this place here? I really didn't get an answer, but I show so much love to the veterans and try to give them their need and respect and love. It's just so much compassion because I see that my life is so much better. I mean, so much, it's different than there. I can see some of the despair. You know, I come with a happy smile and go lucky. And I can see that some of them had despair in their lives.
Yeah.
And
so,
it touches me.
Mr. Stitt, I want to thank you for serving, you know, with a smile, with a grateful heart, and realizing that there's always somebody who's in worse shape than what we are. And if we can help them in any way, we should. We should.
Yes.
It's still our duty, whether we wear the uniform now or not. We always wear the uniform, even when we're finished with the military and we're supposed to serve. We took an oath to serve. And so thank you for serving. I appreciate you.
You're
All right.
welcome. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, very proud of you. All right. Come on, Ms. Robs. What do you have for Mr. Stitt?
Your Honor, as Mr. Stitt reported, he did finish his community service. He's in compliance, Your Honor. He's in phase 2 on the program. He's completed his marijuana insight class that he needed to take prior to. He does need to start making payments towards his fees and costs. And I'll talk with you, Mr. Stitt, about making arrangements to make that happen. He's ATS compliant. No issues to report at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Wonderful, Ms. Robs. Thank you so much, Mr. Kusheri. We can't
Good
hear you.
morning, Your Honor. Thank you again. Mr. Stitt is entirely compliant with all of his treatment at this time. He completed his substance use treatment as clinically indicated, and he is linked to ongoing mental health outpatient. He's doing excellent.
All right,
Thank you.
wonderful. Thank you. All right, Mr. Parker, I believe you are the
Mentor.
mentor. And so what do you have with respect to Mr. Stitt, if anything?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. He's a very, as you can see, he's a very wired, so to speak, kind of person. And that's a good thing. His demeanor is always pretty much the way it is when we talk. He's always hyped up and he's always raring to go, and that's a good thing. It certainly helps to pass the day and get through each day, you know. And so he's a very positive person. And as I stated, he's in compliance. So congratulations, Mr. Sid. Keep on doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Parker.
Yeah, very good. All right, let me see if anyone else from the team have anything else to add as to Mr. Stitt.
Yes, Judge.
Mute in the courtroom. We can hear you all.
I'm
Okay,
still
go
here.
ahead. Mr. Reed, were you about to say something?
Yes, Judge. I was going to congratulate Mr. Stitt. Great report. You have such a good attitude. Keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Stitt is
Thank
just
you.
celebrating himself all over the place this morning. I love it. I love it. Mr. Stitt, do you have any questions for the team?
Yes, I really do. I'm not. Maybe next court date I'll ask. Maybe next time I'm in court.
All right, well, you're at liberty to ask, or you can always do it through Ms. Robs, because probably 95% of the time she'll have an answer, or you can reach out to your mentor or the attorneys. Okay?
Yes, I'll call Miss Robbs and speak with her.
All right.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Stitt?
Your Honor, a face-to-face on March 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, we'll put him on for 10:35. And that's on March 22nd. All right, did you get that, Mr. Stitt?
Yes, Your Honor, face-to-face on March 22nd at 10:30.
10:35. But Ms. Robs, you
10:35.
and Ms. Robs will work that out. I have to do that for docketing purposes to keep my docket separate. Okay.
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
All right, wonderful. Before you leave, I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Stitt for his service. Come on, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Stitt. We appreciate you. We certainly do. Enjoy the
Appreciate
rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am. You too. You enjoy your day. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Your
I
Honor,
do-
if I might,
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
Judge, I noticed there was a police officer, Williams, on an iPhone. I don't know if he's in the right courtroom or if we could help him.
Let me have the officer, if you could check in with my clerk by calling the courtroom at 313-965-2280. I'm sure they tried to chat you as well, but check in with my clerk to make sure you're in the right place, okay? Officer Williams, 313. Okay,
I already did, Your Honor.
okay, are you in the right place?
She said I do have case here with me today.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, is there, what's the case name that you're on?
I'm here for Kelly Durden.
Okay, I don't have a Durden.
No, Judge, I don't believe he talked to me. He may have talked to a clerk, but it wasn't me. I didn't speak to this officer today.
Okay, I need you to call my clerk and check in so we can get you to the right place, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I am ready on Mr. McKinley. If you could unmute for me. I have the following for you, Mr. McKinley. I have case number 210-567-6801. State your full name for me.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. My name is Dennis McKinley.
All right, Mr. McKinley, how are you this morning?
Fine, thank you for asking me. Yourself?
I am doing well. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It seems like I haven't seen you in a while, Mr. McKinley. Have things been going well?
Well, they're going well. Yes, they are.
They are. Can you tell me what things are going well for you?
Well, I'm still practicing the recovery process, and it takes time, but
Yes.
everything else is going well for me. Thank you. I mean, I have engaged myself in the family reunification and the activity and the social activity in terms of the recovery process. So it's going pretty well in regards to that.
Very good. I'm so glad to hear that. Do you think your family sees a difference in you, Mr. McKinley?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, I didn't mention it to them and they're not real familiar with this part of it, but they mentioned to me that they do see a difference in me. So I don't know what that means, but I think they
But
do.
they see something different.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. Well, let me ask you this. Do you see something different in you?
For sure. Yes, ma'am. Totally for sure. It's like a renaissance, really getting back to the person that I really am and get back to the things the way I used to do things. I probably had gotten too far away from that process.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Are you having any difficulties with anything that you need us to assist you with?
No, at this point, I think I'm doing pretty good. I think just continue on with the recovery process. Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, Ms. Robs, what do you have for Mr. McKinley?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm glad, me and Mr. McKinley did a face-to-face. He came, I asked him to come down to the court because I was, having some concerns. Mr. McKinley is one of the people, Your Honor, that I like to keep my eye on. And so far, he's been doing well. He's been compliant. He's testing at gyms. He's compliant. He is engaged with the family reunification. And overall, Your Honor, he's doing well. I just would like for Mr. McKinley to continue to keep up the good work and constant communication with me. And if there's any issues at any time, just know that Mr. McKinley, you can reach out to me, okay?
Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Robs. I'll hear from Mr. Kusheri.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning again. Mr. McKinley is compliant from a treatment perspective. He completed all of his substance use programming as indicated. He continues to engage in outpatient services through the VA, and he's doing well at this time.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. The mentor for Mr. McKinley.
Morning, Your Honor. Yes, I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. McKinley last week, just to check on him, see how he was doing. Mr. McKinley intimated to me that he was doing well, physically and mentally, which was a good thing. He said he was in good space. And I told him that I would make a point to get by and see him soon. So good to hear that report from Mr. McKinley. So continue to, self-care is important, Mr. McKinley. So continue to keep doing what you're doing to take care of yourself.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right. All right, thank you. As to any of the other team members, anything for Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. McKinley, good report. Keep up the good work. I like the word renaissance. I hadn't heard it in a while, but you have a positive attitude. Keep up the good work. Be safe, Mr. McKinley. Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, if I might add, I thought the same thing as Mr. Reed did, Mr. McKinley, when I heard that word renaissance, and it made me pause and think about how I've had renaissances in my own life. Like you come back to meet yourself, and it's always I remember I was that person, and it's good to see that in you as well. It kind of confirms what I've done. So thank you, sir, and those are good words. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. McKinley, do you have any questions for the team?
No, I like to thank the 36th District team because without you guys, I don't know where I would be at today. Even if I was here, I don't know. But I'd like to thank you at this point. Never get enough thanks. I appreciate you all.
And we appreciate you, Mr. McKinley. We thank you for accepting the resources and the help that's available through the court. And so thank you. Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. McKinley?
Your Honor, a return to court date of March 15th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. McKinley?
I sure did. 8:35, March 15th.
Yes, sir. All right, before you leave, I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. McKinley for his service to this country. Thank you so much, Mr. McKinley. We appreciate you. We certainly appreciate you. Take care and know that we're here if you need us before your hearing date. Make sure you could keep a communication with Ms. Robbs, okay?
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, I am ready to go to Mr. O'Brien. Where are you this morning? Your picture is really hazy. Good morning to you. Are you there, Mr. O'Brien?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, I have the following for you. I have case number 210-611-8501. State your full name for me, Mr. O'Brien.
Marcus Lane O'Brien.
All right, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, ma'am.
You
I'm doing fine.
are. Why does your picture look so hazy this morning?
I don't know. It's my phone that the picture that's coming in showing myself is clear, but the one that I showed out is perfectly clear. I don't know if it's my phone or what, but
Okay.
it just started doing this.
Okay, all right. I can still make out that it's you, but you're hazy this morning. So it's okay. We're gonna still go forward. So Mr. O'Brien, you've been working the program. You're
Yes.
still pretty new to us. Tell us, what do you think so far about the program?
First of all, Mr. Parker, I have to give him, A1 kudos. This guy is an old soul, okay? And speaking with him, it's like speaking with my uncles when I was a kid. You know what I mean? They'll put me down and sit down and talk to me, and it'd be real and it'd be frank. And I enjoy him a lot. He's more than a mentor. So I have to speak on that first.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Parker.
And I at the last meeting, I didn't get the chance to see him really. Something happened. I don't know, there was some kind of confusion. Again, I apologize that I just jumping in and out. I didn't understand a lot of the process as I do now. But I'm pushed along surely. There's a lot of things that's going on that I'm handling. I make sure it doesn't even come close to my recovery.
Okay.
I maintain everything, obligations that I need to take care of as far as my recovery. And I am very optimistic, even in the midst of some things which you don't know the outcome. You know what I mean? You just you're going in blind. But with the things and the knowledge and the strength that I'm gaining, I'm being very optimistic about it. My recovery is no problem. It's the life that's trying to hit me and hit my recovery.
Okay, where the two may collide, may be
Yeah.
on different courses.
Right.
Okay,
It's like a battleground.
yes.
Okay.
And so what do you find that's helping you the most, Mr. O'Brien? And I appreciate your honesty. Thank you so much. What do you find is helping you? Sometimes when life is happening and I'm working recovery and they should be on the same track, right?
Oh,
But
yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
times they're not, and that can cause a collision. What do you think is helping you though, to stay on track and to continue to walk in your recovery one day at a time?
It's only one step, the third step. Turn my will over to God.
All right.
At the end of the day, when you're fighting evil, trying to understand good, and to me, that's the only two real elements in the universe where everybody does. They either fight for good or fight for evil. You know what I mean? And you choose your side. And that side you're totally committed to. But the other side is gonna battle you, and they're gonna come with their best, the heaviest artillery, everything, to try to take or shoot you down or weaken you or even kill you. And you have to take that battle on. with the strength and I'm so connected with the 12 steps because each step is derived from a Bible verse. Okay, and I'm so into God and the Word of God. Okay, the Bible gave me the Spirit. The 12 steps tell me how to actually put them to work in life terms every day.
All right. Mr. Aubrey, is there anything that you're struggling with that wherein we can assist you?
My struggles right now, my biggest struggle are I talked to Mr. Park about this. I even talked to Ms. Robbs. You know, I'm having a few problems with my marriage and I'm working through that. I've decided what needs to be done about that. But the biggest trouble I have is the scheduling. A lot of my schedule and appointments comes up at random. Okay, and they kind of bump into each other. There's many times that I had to drop and had a meeting with the VA at the same time at 5 o'clock. So I literally came out from from dropping at the affordable test services and sat in my car in front of me and had a meeting with Mr. Harrington. And I sat in the parking lot of the place. So other than that, and I'm working through that problem. That's all. That's the biggest one I have.
Okay. So I'm glad to hear that you are working through the issues that you have with respect to the scheduling, the testing, the drops, they are random. That's the way they're designed for the program. It will get better as you continue in the program. You'll kind of find your groove and you'll be able to get it done. Some things will drop off and you'll be able to get, you know, it won't be as difficult, but they are random. So we can't give you a date or a time in advance, and we can't plan it around other services because then it's no longer random and we're required to do random drops. With respect to the marriage, of course, if you need some assistance, make sure you reach out so we can connect you with some services. We have connected other individuals with services to help them through marital issues or what have you. And so we can't guarantee any outcomes, but we certainly can connect you with resources to help you navigate maybe some concerns or some issues that you're having in your marriage, okay? So just want to make sure you know that that's available and that you reach out to Ms. Robbs or Mr. Kusheri or Mr. Parker so they can point you in the right direction, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Right, wonderful. Thank you so much for being open and honest about your issues that you're facing right now. And I also thank you for, in spite of those issues, still working to walk in your recovery. Yes, it's not always easy. No, in fact, it's never easy when we have life happening and we're trying to accomplish recovery, right? It's not easy. So I applaud you for that, Mr. Aubrey. I do. I applaud you for that. All right. Let me hear from Ms. Robbs, and then I'll hear from you, Mr. Kusheri.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. As Mr. Aubrey indicated, Your Honor, he is in for compliance. He did make mention, Your Honor, about the things that he mentioned. And I did discuss with Mr. Aubrey about linking him with Care Inc. for marital counseling as well as family reunification. So that referral will be going through soon. He is compliant, Your Honor. He is on the SoberLink device. There's been no issues with that as well. Overall, Your Honor, he's in compliance. No issues to report at this time.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Kusheri?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning again. The veteran is compliant from a treatment perspective. You know, Mr. Aubrey he linked to treatment following his assessment immediately once he was sentenced. He continues to engage in treatment as clinically indicated. It is stressful, you know, as he reported, despite all of the stress associated with role overload and, you know, with his marriage and employment and all of the responsibilities and having to test, he's doing a great job of balancing all of that and continuing to work his recovery. And he's doing very well.
All right, wonderful, Mr. Kusheri. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Parker, what do you want us to know about Mr. Aubrey?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I thank you, Mr. Aubrey, for the the kudos and kudos also belong to you because your willingness to stay optimistic and to fight through the difficulties that you're facing and still be able to stay compliant with the court. And so I give you kudos as well. He knows that he has an open door policy. I have an open door policy. He can call me at any time. And we're always, always willing to sit down and listen. And he listens as well. And that's a good thing. Sometimes people just say, well, I just want you to listen to me. I don't want you to say anything. But he lets me talk. He lets me, kind of encourage him. So I appreciate that. And so thank you, Mr. Overy. And it's going to be all right. It's just a struggle, just another hurdle. That's all. And so thank you, Your Honor. Keep up the good work, Mr. Overy.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Anything from the attorneys as to Mr. Overy?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, sir. Good report. I know you're new to the program. Don't get overwhelmed. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work and stay optimistic. I like that word. Keep a positive attitude. It will get better. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All
And,
right.
Your Honor,
Go
if I could add, Mr. Overy, we are proud of you. I'm impressed by your self-awareness about your ability to work on your problems. You take a critical eye as to yourself and those around you, and those are important tools to have, sir. We're very proud of your activity and keep up the great work. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Mr. Overy, do you have any questions for any of the team members this morning?
No, just keep the encouragement coming. I need as much spirit. The spirit is energy to me. Okay, without that, I'll be dead in the water. Okay, so as long as that keeps coming, I'm good.
Well, we're on your team, Mr. Overy, and we're here to cheer you on. And we're also here to help you. If you're having any issues, reach out, let us know, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Robs, what's next for Mr. Overy? Uh-oh, we can't hear you, Miss Robs, if you're speaking.
I apologize, Your Honor. A return to court date of March 15th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Overy?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Before you leave the courtroom, I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Overy for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you, Mr. Overy. We appreciate you. We certainly appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, take care of yourself.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
I am ready to go to Mr. Aldridge. I have the following for Mr. Aldridge. I have case number 210-448-6001. Mr. Aldridge, please state your full name for me. Uh-oh, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
William Edward Aldridge. Is that better?
There you are. Yes, sir. Good morning to you, Mr. Aldridge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well.
Yes, you are doing well. Mr. Aldridge, I am so glad we had that one little hiccup and you have course corrected. I have not received any other feedback, negative with respect to that situation. So thank you for getting back on track, okay, with the court's orders. I appreciate you.
And thanks for support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we're here for. So, Mr. Aldridge, you working your program?
I most certainly am, Your Honor. I'm working with Mr. Nelson at the VA, and that program and process is going, I think, extremely well. Mr. Nelson is always upbeat, supportive, and very open and honest, and that's a good thing. So that portion of the program is going well. In addition, when I was working with Dr. Alexander, he stressed to me a need to get deeply involved in terms of self-improvement. One of the things I've been doing in that area is expanding my network of friends and supportive resources and reuniting with old friends and associates. And that's going very well. I've also been doing some online reading and studying, focusing primarily in the AA area. And they have some extremely good resources, both visual and audio, if you will. So I've been doing that. In addition, one of the things that I'm also focusing on is in terms of family unification. And that's going to be a difficult process. I realize that, but I need to line up my ducats, if you will, and my strategy and start executing on some of those initiatives. So all in all, it's going well.
All right, Mr. Aldridge, sounds like you've been keeping quite busy, sir. Quite
Yes, I have.
busy.
And I'd like to also thank Mr. Parker. He has a very calming effect and influence. And when things seem a little hectic, again, when I talk to him, somehow they don't appear or don't seem as hectic as they once were.
And so they were just, they said, can you confirm? They were.
Go ahead, Mr. Aldridge.
Oh, okay. But it's always a pleasure talking to him, and he's been, as I indicated, very supportive.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Parker. I love to hear calming. Yes, absolutely. And then, Mr. Aldridge, I want to thank you that when you need calming or you sense that maybe you're getting a little uptight, you reach out to your resources. And Mr. Parker is certainly one of the resources that's provided through the court to make sure that we can have people stay in line and do the things that they're supposed to do and not make any, decisions that could cost them something in the long run, right?
Sure.
All
yes,
right.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir. All right. I heard you say with respect to family reunification that that's going to be a little bit difficult. And so I just want to encourage you in that area. While it may be difficult, that continue to work on it, but make sure you're working on it in a way that is in compliance with any court orders that exist. Okay?
Definitely.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Ms. Robbs, what do you want me to know about Mr. Aldridge? He's been busy, and he is working on him, and that's a good thing.
Yes, Your Honor, he is working on himself. I had the opportunity to talk with Mr. Aldridge. He informed me of all the things he's doing. He is compliant, Your Honor, with his testing. We've had no further issues with regard to the last court date and the issue. He's doing well, Your Honor. He's engaged with, with his mentor, and he's just overall doing a good job. And I just encourage him to keep up the good work.
All right, very good. Mr. Kusheri, anything to report out on Mr. Aldridge?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Aldridge is compliant from a treatment perspective. He is working with Mr. Emmanuel Nelson, as he reported. He's seen weekly for individual therapy, and he's compliant with everything and doing incredible.
Wonderful, very good. All right, Mr. Parker.
Thank you again, Your Honor. I thank Mr. Aldridge for the kind words, and he makes my job easier, or my task as a mentor easier, because he opens up, he lets me know what's going on, and again, he's willing to listen to what I have to say. We kind of around the same age, so we kind of can talk to each other and relate to each other and understand each other, and he does have a calm demeanor, and I appreciate that in him. I appreciate the court for allowing me to be of service to the mentees. I enjoy what I do, and I look forward to doing it. And so thank you, Mr. Aldridge. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Parker, thank you. All right, anything from any of our attorneys?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good report, sir. I remember talking to you, going over the court's order when you came into vet court. You said you could work the program. You are working the program. A great attitude, and you're so active. You have so much going on in your life. Keep it up, sir. We're proud of you. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Aldridge, I too want to echo the sentiments of Mr. Reed. I love how you figure out a problem, you self-analyze, and then you work on trying to fix that. That's just a wonderful characteristic to have. I also appreciate the word you used to get your ducats in order. I haven't heard that word in 30 years, sir.
That was a kid.
Thank you.
And that's a very Southern, they say that down south, at least that's where I heard it, down south, get your ducats together. Like, ducats, what are those? Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Aldridge, we are all very proud of you and the progress that you are making. Keep going, know that we're here for you. Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Aldridge?
Your Honor, a return to court date of March 15th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, wonderful. Did you get that, Mr. Aldridge?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. So before you leave this courtroom, we want to thank you for your service to this country and your service to each of us. Please join me in thanking Mr. Aldridge. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. We certainly appreciate you. All right, Mr. Aldridge, do well. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. We're here if you need us, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, and thank you.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Nathaniel Smith. Okay. 1 second. All right. Someone needs to mute their device for me, unless that's Mr. Smith with all that noise. Mr. Rhodes.
It's a lot of feedback.
Mr. Rhodes, I'm gonna have you either turn off your camera. I'm gonna turn off your camera until it's time for your hearing. Mute your device, please. All right, let's go to Mr. Smith. I have the following for you, Mr. Smith. I have case number 1805732-901. State your full name for me.
Nathaniel D. Love Smith.
All right, good morning, Mr. Smith. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm fine.
You doing fine?
Great.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me what's going on. You scared me at first. At first, you were sounding like you weren't doing too good.
No, I'm fine. I've been up for a while. I got exams this week. Yeah, I got final exam.
All right, final exams or midterms?
Yeah, I guess you could call it midterms, but they're important. And
yeah,
something happened with my classes or something. Like I haven't had access to the modules since Sunday. The lady at the school signed me up, registered for me the next group of class, and it kicked me out of my old class. I don't have any material to study other than the notes I took.
All right. So what are you doing about it?
I'm being patient. Yesterday in class, the instructor told me that he's talking to the administration there at the school and they're going to get it all sorted out. So,
okay, and then you'll just have to catch up to get ready for your tests, your exams.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he said
and you know
gonna,
you can do it, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
There you go. There you go. All right. Very good. Very good. Are you enjoying being in school?
Yes, I'm learning about networking and I'm learning about computers. That's what my heart is at. I already love it. So yeah, I'm doing something I
a little
enjoy.
bit. You said you're learning about networking. Does someone else have is someone else unmuted?
No, that's my roommate. My roommate is having a job interview.
Oh, well, go roommate, we want you to get that job. Go roommate. All right, we'll be quiet then. All right.
Yeah, but so like it just plain and simple is that I'm doing something I enjoy. It's a lot to learn, but I'm meeting the challenge because I'm enjoying it. I want to learn. I've been wanting to know this information. It's a lot. I was already networking. No, I know a lot about computers already, but it's a lot that I had no idea, and I knew that. So going into it, I'm just trying to, make the best of it as much as I can.
All right, very good. I'm glad to hear that. How are things going at Lake Ridge?
Awesome. Awesome. I'm level 3. I think the highest level you can go is 4, so I'm already level 3. And
All right,
everything's going smooth.
very good. No issues to report at Lake Ridge?
Oh no, all good stuff. All good stuff. I actually wrote the Mr. Johnson a letter telling him how much I appreciate him, because he gives a good he bridges the gap between the clinical side and the realness and the broadness of the addiction and the recovery. Like from the last facility I was at, it was very clinical, and I used those tools. I utilized those tools. I cherish those tools. But he helps he helps, like I said, bridge the gap. So it's easier for me to apply those tools from the way Mr. Johnson teaches from his own recovery, because he's a living witness that it's possible. That's what I love so much about peers, that they've been through it and they give me hope and inspire me to keep going forward.
Yes, sir. That is awesome. It's awesome. Now, Mr. Smith, are you having any issues that you need to report or you need assistance with?
I have my license. So I'm just with the school, because the VA is paying for my schooling. So I just a matter of time before I have a vehicle. Which something happened. This is not, I don't really need assistance with, but because I was I'm eligible, I have my GI Bill still, and I'm eligible for VRE. When I initially applied for classes, I was using this other VA program called VRAP, and I got denied that. So they thinking that's might be why my class, I can't have access to my classes, which I was like, why don't I have access to my class to study, but you still sign me up for another class? Like, I don't understand that if I was denied. But because they got the email about VRE, they're going to pay for it. I don't know what's going on. That had me down for a while, but I just realized, just be patient. It's out of my hands. All I can do is wait, keep studying, keep doing what I can do, and not worry about it. Yeah. So other than that, things are awesome. I just work on my recovery and keeping in touch with my support systems, my family.
Very good. Show up and do your part. Make sure that you're following up to see, look, I need to get access to my materials so I can get ready for my exams, but continue to show up and do your part. Okay. Yes, no?
Oh yes, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Okay, I'm wondering, I'm like, wait a minute.
There's no other option. There's no other option.
There you go. I love it. I love it. All right, Miss Robs, what do you want me to know about Mr. Smith?
Excuse me. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith is doing extremely well. I had the opportunity to go to the facility, Lake Ridge, and actually sit in a group and engage with Mr. Smith as well. So I had the opportunity to enjoy some of Mr. Johnson's expertise. So just kudos to Lake Ridge and their groups. But I had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Williams with regard to Mr. Smith. He's doing well. He's working on a leadership position and a room. He is in school. He's testing compliant. He's doing really well, Your Honor. No issues to report at this time.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Kushiri?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Smith is compliant from a treatment perspective. He has completed all of his outpatient treatment for substance use disorder through the VA. He continues to engage with everything at Lake Ridge. He continues to engage at the VA for psychiatry. He's doing great.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Kushiri. And then let me hear from the mentors.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, there you go, Mr. Scott.
It's been a while, Mr. Smith. You look well, very well. They say change is necessary sometimes. So it looks like your transition to Lake Ridge has really provided you with a lot of
All right,
Will do.
very good. All right, wonderful. From the attorneys?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Great report, Mr. Smith. Keep up the good work. I'm so proud that you're still continuing your education, and it's important. Good luck on those midterm tests. I know you're going to ace them, and be positive, sir. Thank you. Great attitude, Mr. Smith. Thank you, sir.
Uh-oh, Mr. Fikens, if you're speaking, you're muted.
I'm sorry, Judge, I did mute myself. Mr. Smith, I just wanted to say, we are proud of you. I love how veterans, specifically veterans, see a problem, develop a plan, and then follow through on the plan to accomplish the goal. And it sounds like you're doing it, sir. You have a great attitude, a great approach. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Smith, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, Your Honor.
If no questions for the team, I need a return to court date for Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith's return to court date is March 15th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Smith? Uh-oh, I think you're.
No, I didn't get it. I was opening up Word, but I'm just gonna, yeah.
All right. It's March 15th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m., okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, before you leave the courtroom, I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Smith for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you, Mr. Smith. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you. All right, take care of yourself. We're here if you need us, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, very good. Take care. All right, I am ready to call the remainder of the veterans docket. And I'm going to also call those who were scheduled for face-to-face so I can get some follow-up dates. And I'll close out the specialty court 8:35 docket. That's what I'm doing. All right, let's do it. I have case for Aaron Adams, Z8081351. For Mr. Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. He's actually physically in the courtroom.
Okay. Are you ready to proceed with him?
Your Honor, if he could go to the podium, I'm more than ready to proceed.
Wonderful. And I did make a note that he usually comes into the courtroom. Thank you, Ms. Ross. Good morning, Mr. Adams.
Morning, how you doing?
I'm doing well. If we could adjust the camera just a little bit so I can see Mr. Adams, that would be great, his face.
Okay.
There's Mr. Adams. Good morning again.
I got twisted around this morning. I'm supposed to be at jury duty. That's mean I didn't know where to go.
Oh, jury duty at what court?
8 o'clock across the street.
All right. Well, still, you might want to head over there when you're finished. I wish I would have known that. So I would have done you first.
I didn't know where to go.
Okay.
I got a letter telling me for the day at 8 o'clock. So I was over there and she called me to and she be over here.
Okay. So this is what we'll do, Officer Lott, when he's finished with his hearing, give him directions to get over to Frank. I'm assuming it's Frank Murphy, so that he can go over and at least check in. I don't want him to get in trouble for missing jury duty.
And Judge, he will still be timely, Judge, and it probably is Frank Murphy. And it's on the first floor where you check in.
First floor?
First floor.
Yes. All right, Mr. Adams, state your name for me, for the record.
Aaron Adams.
All right, how are you doing, Mr. Adams, other than your little
I'm
turn
doing
around
fine.
this morning? What is it?
I'm doing fine. I'm keeping up with it, keep real busy. I'm going here and there. I still have to drop tonight.
Okay, your color dropped today, so you got to drop today. All right,
I
make
haven't
sure.
missed one yet.
Look at you, I'm proud of you. Thank you, Mr.
I
Adams.
haven't missed one yet.
That's
Now I'm
important.
going to meetings out on West Grand Boulevard on Saturday. I got a meeting out there every Saturday now.
All right, very good. What do you think of those meetings so far?
They all right. It makes sense what they're saying.
All right, very good. Are you learning anything in those meetings?
And I'm trying to sit there and listen.
You just
And they
listening
tell
right
you the
now?
right thing. And
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I say they'll tell you what you want to hear.
I didn't
I'm
hear
learning
that.
a lot out there. This is my third time out there. So I go every Saturday.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, Miss Robs, I need you to update me on Mr. Adams. I had a question in staffing as to whether or not he was receiving the appropriate care from the appropriate provider. And so if you could just update me on Mr. Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Adams, as he indicated, he is in compliance with his testing. He is, Your Honor, attending DRP sessions for outpatient at West Grand Boulevard. He did have a mix-up. Initially, he was going to the East Grand Boulevard, but then transitioned over to the West Grand Boulevard. So there was a little bit of difficulty there in that adjustment period, but we were able to follow up, call, get him scheduled in and get him back on, get him into rotation and compliance. I do, Your Honor, we also were able to call and follow up with his mentor, Mr. Scott, who discussed with Mr. Adams about his DD 214 and possibly seeing about if it can get updated so that eligibility requirements could be kind of worked out, because right now he does not receive services through the VA. He does community mental health. So in terms of his level of care, we're trying to get that part taken care of. And hopefully when that's established, we can go into a different way and go through the VA, possibly. Okay. Right now he's going through community mental health, but and just a follow-up for myself with DRP, just to see what their assessment, how they assessed him. Because there are some things, Your Honor, that we initially had discussed with regard to Mr. Adams. He does have a nephew that is to be his support system, but he appears to kind of be absent in that area. So I kind of have to help Mr. Adams a little bit more in terms of directing him on what course of action to take. So he does rely heavily on coming to the court, Your Honor, to get that assistance. But there is definitely a follow-up in need so that I can get the assessment and see what they determine will be the best level of care for him at this time. So we got two working parts, Your Honor, that needs to be looked into.
Okay, and so I really need us to, let's try to get that sorted out. Mr. Scott, do you have an update with respect to what you're trying to do as to Mr. Adams, DD 214?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, there was a job fair in Clarkston last week, but the agencies who normally participates in these job resource fairs were not there, and they're the ones who actually print the DD 214 out on site. In lieu of that, what I have done is I reached out to the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. They also assist with getting veterans their DD 214. I was waiting to hear back from Mr. Adams. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that I follow up with Mr. Adams, because I'm also doing this for another veteran, to get their upgrades updated, because that is what's precluding a lot of our veterans from getting the services that they're entitled to, if they either have an OTH, which is other than honorable discharge. So we have to get that changed over. I'm not sure how long the process is, Your Honor, but I will make sure that I provide Ms. Robbs and Mr. Adams all the information necessary. And then moving forward, we'll have this, the court will have this to assist other veterans who may find themselves in the same position.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. That's so important, because I'd like to see Mr. Adams get benefits through the VA, but of course he has to be eligible. So thank you for your willingness to help with accomplishing that task. And so Mr. Adams, make sure when Mr. Scott or Ms. Robbs reaches out to you, and Ms. Robbs, I appreciate you being willing to give a little more hands-on guidance with him, because the nephew is not available right now, but I really want to see him get that DD 214 straightened out, okay, if at all possible.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. All right, Mr. Adams. So that means I need you to do your part too. Make sure you're following up and responding to Ms. Robbs as well as Mr. Scott, okay?
I will. She'll give me info though.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Robbs.
What I'm gonna do for across the street now?
Wait 1 second. Let me do one thing at a time. Hold on. So you won't be all turned around. All right. Let me see if the attorneys, Mr. Kashiri, he's not receiving services through the VA, so there's nothing to report. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. However, I do just want to speak just to make it clear that it's my understanding that Mr. Adams is not eligible for any healthcare due to his lack of 24 consecutive months of service. So I just wanted to be clear that if he is going to be eligible for services, he would have to have service connection of some kind, which he would have to apply for a CMP to get cleared for any type of service connected or service related disability that would immediately qualify him for ongoing health care. But just reviewing his chart and reviewing my notes and discussions with Ms. Robbs, it looks like it's because of the 24 months not being consecutive that he's ineligible.
All right. All right. And so having received that information, Mr. Scott and Ms. Robbs, I think that assessment from DRP is really going to be critical, because Mr. Sherry, if I'm hearing you correctly, is that for him to receive medical benefits through the VA, it would have to be a service-connected issue or a service-connected condition. Is that correct?
He would have to receive a service he would have to be awarded a service connection. So in order for him to be eligible for any VA services other than emergency humanitarian services, he would have to apply for a service connection. He would have to file a claim. And eventually, if he is awarded one, then he would be able to receive those benefits. But I mean, we're looking at 6 to 8 months. That's a process of filing. Even if he got with a really good VSO that could walk him through that process, there's a lot of hoops to jump through and they're very backlogged. So in the meantime, it's really important that Mr. Adams continues to work with his mentor and continues to work with the community agencies to get what he needs.
Yes. And so Ms. Robbs, and I know that you have taken on some extra, you and Mr. Scott. And so it may be worth, because the process is so user-friendly now, where you can apply at va.gov. And it's a very user-friendly process. It's not, there are a number of hoops you have to jump through, but to just file the claim, they have made it very, very user-friendly. And so based on that assessment, depends on what comes back, I would like to see between the two of you, assist him at least to the point of filing the claim and then connecting with the VSO person who will be able to walk with him through that entire process. Is that correct, Mr. Kushiri? Yes, and they will make sure.
I have a claim, I turned it in now. I went and got me a claim.
I'm sorry.
Got me a claim.
I don't understand what he's saying. Did somebody else?
Mr. Adams
I gotta fill it out.
Mr. Adams secured an attorney previously and he filed a claim, so he's away. Are you waiting on a status?
No, wait, I gotta fill it out and take it back. I just went got it.
Okay, so apparently he's in the process, Your Honor, of filing, and he has secured an attorney for that.
I'm already in the process.
And he has an attorney, you have an attorney? You have an attorney? Mr. Adams, do you have an attorney helping you?
No, I just picked the claim up and they told me to fill it out and bring it back.
See, that's where I need us to assist with. So, Ms. Rob,
I believe he just obtained the proper form to file the claim, Your Honor.
Yeah. I have
Right.
a form.
right, but I'm saying, Miss Robs, he's there at the courthouse. I know he has to go over to Frank Murphy, that maybe he could use some assistance and do it at va.gov and be able to file the claim. It literally, it's a very short, just to file it. And then they'll connect, he could get connected with the VSO, and then they will walk him through what he needs to do and where he needs to be, what he needs to provide, and all of those things. So
Yes,
if
Your
we
Honor.
could.
Your Honor, if I may, if once Mr. Adams, once you leave from across the street, or I can come down and we can go in a conference room and we can go ahead and get that process started now. So if you can just wait a few minutes for me, I can come on down and we can go on and get online and take care of that part for you, okay? If that's okay, Your Honor.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
I just checked Mr. Adams' paperwork. He's supposed to be over at the TCF Center, over there on Washington Boulevard. That's where they have him going for jury duty.
At the TCF Center?
Yes, they have him scheduled for Huntington Place, formerly the TCF Center, 1 Washington Boulevard, room 410.
And which court is that, Officer Lott?
It's the 3rd Circuit Court.
Okay, I was not aware that's where they had their jurors going. All right.
They may be doing that just because of the pandemic.
It may be, but if there is a number on there, Ms. Robs, I'm gonna have you go down. If there's a number on there, I would like you to call and at least try to get someone and explain the circumstances for today. And so we make sure that he doesn't get in any trouble for not being present, okay? And then let's get him set up to do his claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Your
very
Honor,
good. So
they
you're
do
gonna,
have a phone number.
yes, wonderful. We'll make sure we reach out. Wonderful. All right, we're gonna get you squared away, Mr. Adams. We are,
No, I
yes,
don't wanna get
we
in
are.
trouble.
No, we don't. We're not gonna let you get in trouble, not if we can help it. And if you get in trouble, you just tell them Mr. Reed told you to do this and give them Mr. Reed's number, okay?
Don't put it on her.
Mr.
Ah! No, not Miss Robs.
Yeah, that's what we'll put it on.
But we're not gonna let you get in trouble because we don't want Mr. Reed or Miss Robs to get in trouble. All right. All right. Mr. Reed, is there anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Adams? We have some things we're gonna get him started with. Ms. Robs, if you have any questions, certainly circle back to me or to Mr. Kusheri, who may be able to assist you with some information as well with filing that claim. All right, Mr. Reed?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Adams, first of all, I wanted to thank you for coming into the building today. It shows that you have a lot of responsibility and you're following the court's orders. Thank you for coming into the building. I also wanted to tell you that you're not alone out here. I've heard the court talking to Mr. Rob and Mr. Scott and Mr. Kajeri. You have a lot of people in your corner. Keep up the good work. Ask questions. Ask for assistance. Don't be hesitant about doing that because that's why we're here. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming in. Be safe, Mr. Adams. Thank you.
All right, very good. All right, Miss Robs, what is next for Mr. Adams? And here's where we look at case by case basis, because Mr. Adams has to physically come into the court. And so this is what I'm going to do, Ms. Rouse. I know it's every 2 weeks. I would like to schedule him for a face-to-face where you all are able to connect and talk, Mr. Scott and Ms. Robs, with Mr. Adams. And then he will have a court date, because I'm not going to have him, especially in the winter months. I mean, of course, if there's a need, then yes. But let's do it that way, because I know he does not have Zoom capabilities, but we want to work with them. And I've given him a couple of assignments to do. And so that'll give him some time to come back with a good report about all the good things he's doing, okay? All right, Ms. Rob, so when would that face-to-face be for Mr. Adams?
Your Honor, would March 15th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
That's great. That's great. And of course, I know you'll be in touch with Mr. Adams before that date and leading up to that date. And so he does have a telephone that he's able to communicate with you on. Is that right, Ms. Rob?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then we are in good shape. And then that way he won't come down to the court every 2 weeks. We'll work with him, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Robbs, I appreciate you. Mr. Scott, I appreciate you. Mr. Adams, I appreciate you too. I appreciate your service to this country and your service to me. And so I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Adams for that service. Thank you, Mr. Adams. Thank you, Mr. Adams. All right, I'll be hearing about you and keeping up with you. And Ms. Robbs is gonna come down, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Ms. Robbs, before you go down, I have 2 matters I need to get the return to court date on. Ms. Robbs, are you still there or did she leave? She might have left us. All right. I have Nicholas Hatcher scheduled for a face-to-face on today. Case number 200-550-9301. Ms. Cleveland, for Mr. Hatcher, is he doing well?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning to everyone. And yourself.
What's your name? I'm sorry, I didn't have you place your name on the record.
Toshi Cleveland, case manager for specialty court, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hatcher is doing well.
He's doing well. I spoke with him yesterday, but we are scheduled to have a face-to-face today. He has completed his ARMS program. He's going to be happy to report that. I believe he is reaching out or has reached out to his mentor that's on screen today. So he did tell me that all the court's orders are being followed, and he's doing well with his testing. He's still connected to DRP, so he's doing good.
Wonderful. Mr. Scott, do you have anything asked to Mr. Hatcher?
Thank you again, Your Honor. Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Hatcher, the young trailblazer, yesterday. He is doing very well. He was actually on his way to work, pulling in the parking lot. He's just a remarkable young man, and I told him that. I told him that he is truly going to leave his mark on the world. Because he is truly about his business. He's just very pleasant to speak with. I have nothing but good things to say about Mr. Hatcher. He is really, I enjoy it, to say the least.
Well, thank you for taking him on, even though he's not a veteran. We certainly appreciate your service. He needed, I think, that extra boost. And so thank you so much. We certainly see a difference in Mr. Hatcher. And with that, Ms. Cleveland, what's the return to court date for Mr. Hatcher?
Your Honor, he would be coming back for a Zoom hearing on March 29th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right. Are we in Lansing on the 29th?
Oh, I'm not sure. Could be possibly.
I think we are in Lansing on the 29th. And so
want to do it a week earlier?
The 29th, is that a Tuesday?
It's a Tuesday, but we can go a week earlier, Your Honor.
No. Then we should be good. Lansing is not on a Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we'll leave it on March 29th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. And then the last person I have is for Mr. Warhurst, U447-46318, U448-88318. For Ralph Warhurst, he was also scheduled for a face-to-face on today. Does anyone have an update for Mr. Warhurst? Who's the mentor for Mr. Warhurst? Oh, Mr. Kashiri, you have something on Mr. Warhurst?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I can briefly report he was supposed to be a face-to-face today. He continues to engage in treatment via Emmanuel House. I approved a 30-day extension yesterday, and this will be his last extension. So he has 30 days to identify a transition plan and work with us. He continues, he's doing well, he's stable, he's compliant. All UDS, ETGs have been negative for alcohol and all illicit substances. He has linked to CWT for therapeutic work, and he's compliant at this time.
All right, and so Mr. Kashiri and Mr. Warhurst's mentor, we should be, and with Ms. Robs, working on what's next for him as far as transitioning out of Emmanuel House. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And can we get that done within the 30 days for the
Yes.
extension?
Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor. Yeah, we have plenty of options. And he also had, we are offering recommendations, and he also has options himself. So together we'll identify a plan that is going to give him the opportunity to maintain success in the community.
Wonderful. I love it. Thank you, Mr. Kushiri. As far as Mr. Warhurst's mentor, anything to report?
No, just repeat the sentiments that Mr. Kashiri has said. Mr. Warhurst has done extremely well. I just embrace recovery, full throttle. He's re-engaged with CWT, as Mr. Kashiri has intimated, and is doing well. He likes working. He just feels good about himself, Your Honor. I mean, he really does feel good about who he is and the person that he represents now. So that's just a great thing.
It is wonderful. All right, Ms. Robs, as to Mr. Warhurst, what would be his return to court date?
Yes, Your Honor. His return to court date will be March 29th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. I think that is it for the Veterans Treatment Court docket. You all have been wonderful. Thank you for your service to our veterans. Thank you for teaming up with 36th District Court. We certainly appreciate you all. We will be staffing for Veterans Treatment Court on Mondays at 1:30. Mondays at 1:30. I just want to make sure everybody knows that we are going to be serving as a mentor court. And we want to make sure that we are setting a good example for those courts that will be coming in to observe 36th District Court in the city of Detroit. We competed with about 85 courts, and I believe only 5 were selected. And we were one of the 5. I think it was 5, or yeah, maybe 5. And we were one of the 5. And so that speaks volumes to the team that we have here at 36th District Court. And that means all of us. And so we all need to be a part of, so that when people come to watch us, they will learn from us and take back those best practices and have such an awesome Veterans Treatment Court as we have in the city of Detroit. So thank you all for your service, and I will see you all next week.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, you
Thank
too.
you,
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Ms. Robs, could you send me Mr. Adams' information, please, so we can work, so I can get working on this DD 214? Thank you.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. All right, with that, I am moving to the 9:30 or the 9:45. Okay,
Judge.
there's somebody on my camera. Your hair is standing straight up on your head, and it's killing me. I just need you to know the judge got a little funny bone that gets tickled. You all right with me? But I'm just letting you know. I'm over here struggling. All right, sir. But you all right. You got your shirt on, Mr. Bash. You all right with me? All right.
Judge, I do want to let you know there's from the 9:30 docket, the only person who showed up was Mr. Alcala. He's in a breakout room. I've obtained an offer from the city, and when this court wishes to hear him, then I'll get him out of the breakout room.
All right, very good. I'm going to do Mr. Bass's case right now. And then we'll go to that 9:40, that 9:30 docket. There were some other folks scheduled for 9:45 too, who are not here yet. Miss Cameron and Mr. Rhodes was on early. I turned off his camera. Actually, he was here first. So, Mr. Rhodes, I'm gonna ask you to turn back on your camera. I just know you were moving around, so I wanted to make sure. All right, very good, very good. There you go. So I'm gonna start with Mr. Rhodes. He was on first this morning, but good morning to both of you. And Mr. Bass, I'm gonna ask you to stay connected so you can hear what's going on in specialty court, okay? All right, very good. Mr. Rhodes, I have for you case number SP 111-50292 and case number 200-619-3401. State your full name for me, Mr. Rhodes.
Michael Laverne Rose.
All right, Mr. Rhodes, how are you doing today?
I'm doing splendid, Judge Holmes. I'm doing splendid. I have no complaints. I celebrated my birthday a couple weeks ago.
Happy birthday. Yeah. All right. What did you do to celebrate though?
Your Honor, I did something real simple. As an older, mature man supposed to do. I sat still.
There you go. And went to bed early?
Went to bed early. Got up and went
That's
to
a
work.
responsible old man. That is what responsible old men do on their birthday. They get somewhere, sit down still, and they go to bed early. Look at you, Mr. Rhodes.
And the amazing thing was, Your Honor, I went over I got two little great nephews that I love to death, you know, because I don't have kids. And they had pizza and a cake. And my job here at Elmhurst, they gave me cars, a cake, and pizza. And we're so amazed how people look at you and just care about you. And you go through life in the world being selfish, thinking that it's just you in this world. And there's other people that have concern and care and love for you.
Yes. Yes, sir, Mr. Rhodes. Listen, happy birthday to you. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and it gave me more motivation to keep doing what I'm doing. Because a gentleman told me last night when I came in, he said, "You're doing something right. You're doing something right. Keep doing what you're doing." And I just had to pat myself on the back. Okay, God, it's your world. I'm just doing it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. All right. All right. Have you been having any difficulties with working the program at all?
Your Honor, I haven't had none whatsoever. None whatsoever. You get a glitch every now and then, and that's because of different attitudes and different spirits. When off the streets and they're resistant against the program and resistant against why are they here? Why are they here? And I have to tell them, you know, it's not only just the court, it's sometimes the man who created all of this. It's time for you to sit down and pay attention. Get your aspect together and get your mind, get your heart right. You know what I'm saying? Because we go through life just thinking, you know, none of this, there's no rules. There's nothing here that can stop you. And, you know, sometimes they receive it, sometimes they don't.
Sometimes, okay. And are you able to identify with some of those people as having been the way they are at some point in your life?
I try my best every day to identify. Okay. I don't be judgmental. I don't minimize it. I just look at what it is and accept it for what it is. And I have to keep moving.
There you go.
And that's just a part of me not to take things personal. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we can take it real personal, not identifying the situation, the person, the event, the moment, whatever. You just have to realize and identify. You know, I have to put a lot of identification on everything that I do around here, everything that I do.
Yeah.
You know, it helps me separate It helps me separate. It don't minimize it. It just separates. Not saying that I'm better than, because I'm no better than, and I'm different. You know, it just helps me know that I'm moving forward for the good.
There you go. Very good. All right, Miss Robs, what do you want me to know about Mr. Rhodes?
Your Honor, Mr. Rose, as he reported, is doing really well. He still remains at Elmhurst Homes, where he is also receiving treatment services, both group and individual. He is also employed there, working in a leadership role with his peers. He's testing compliant. He's working his recovery program, Your Honor. He's doing extremely well. No issues to report at this time.
All right, wonderful, Mr. Rhodes, you're doing well. All right, Mr. Reed, anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Rhodes?
Just a belated happy birthday. Keep up the good work. You're doing a lot of things right, Mr. Rhodes, and you have a lot of support. You're not alone out here. Be safe, sir. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good, Mr. Rhodes. Do you have any questions for the team on this morning?
No, Your Honor. It's something every week, every time we in court, and I got to start asking some type of things. Right now, there's no resources, there's no detrimental questions that I need at this moment. Okay. Everything seems to be falling in order out here.
All right, wonderful. Love to hear it. Just know that we are here to assist you. And if you need some help, pick up a phone, dial into a courtroom, do what you need to do in order to access the resources that we can make available to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Rhodes?
Your Honor, a return of court date of March 15th, 2022 at 9:45 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. Good to see you. Take good care of yourself. And don't hesitate to call on us if you need us, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. Take care.
All righty.
All right. I am going to go to Mr. Bass now. I have case number 200-596-9901. Mr. Bass, unmute, please, and state your full name for the record.
Terrence Bass.
All right. How are you doing, Mr. Bass?
I'm doing well.
You doing well? I had an opportunity to staff your case and I heard they took your car. You just had a couple of unfortunate things to happen. But I also heard you're handling it well. Is that correct?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
You are. All right. You're still getting up every day, showing up, doing things that you're supposed to do.
Yep.
And you're working hard.
Yep. I'm looking into a second job too now. So
all right.
Yeah, the other job is like they need me. He's not trying to like lose me. I've been doing that good. He don't want to lose me up there.
Okay. So you're looking for a second job.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Cleveland, if there are some resources that we have available to us with respect to job leads, by all means, let's share those with Mr. Bass, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Bass, tell me what you've been doing to work your program.
I'm just really staying focused on not picking up no marijuana, not drinking, just keeping myself busy, even though after all that's going on with my personal life and my transportation, I'm still not letting it, push me back. I'm just staying on track for real. And, like I said, just trying to find me a better job also and keep this job also. But I need to make more payments and try to find me another car. But in between time, I'll have to get a rental and make a little saving up a little bit to get a car. But yeah, it's a lot on me, but it's not enough that, I can't handle.
Okay. And so this is what I want to challenge you to do, Mr. Bass. First of all, I want to applaud you for still rolling up your sleeves and getting in the fight every day. But I also want to challenge you to think about maybe doing some things that you've never done before. entertaining some things that you've never entertained before, as far as job leads, as far as making decisions about securing another motor vehicle. Because when I hear you say, I'm going to rent a car versus, saving some money, because rentals cost money, right? To buy
Yeah,
a car. Also, I do know that there are some places, Miss Cleveland, and Mother Waddles comes to mind, where they help people to get inexpensive motor vehicles that are still good and running, that they're not going to have to pour their whole life into, hopefully. And so maybe we can connect Mr. Bass with some of those resources as well. And so I just want to challenge you to think about just doing something you've never done before. I'm not saying you're not doing enough or that you're doing something wrong. I just want you to think about, I've never tried this before, so let me try. It's different, but let me try it. Okay?
Yeah,
Will you do that for me?
yeah, I can.
All right. I appreciate that, Mr. Bass. All right. Do you have any questions, anything that you need us to assist you with? I think Miss Cleveland said she sent out some bus passes. Is that correct, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Is there any questions or anything you need us to assist you with?
No, I'm okay. I got it. I said what
Working it?
Yeah, I'm working it. Yeah.
All right, work it, Mr. Bass. Definitely. Yeah. All right, you staying sober and staying on track with recovery?
Yes, I am.
All right, very good. Let me hear from Miss Cleveland at this time. Miss Cleveland?
Your Honor, Mr. Bass is reporting accurately. I'm glad that he has been provided some additional things to think about, and we will discuss those things. We have been in talks about career moves or making some changes to his work progress now, but he's doing good. He's applying to other places. He's compliant with all your court's orders. He's doing well with his testing. He's staying connected to his treatment services, so that's a good thing too. And he's on track, Your Honor, to move to the next phase. I believe within the next week, if things stay status quo, then I'll be able to make that recommendation.
All right, very good, very good. Anything from the attorneys for Mr. Bass? If nothing else. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
Well, I was just going to say, keep up the good work, sir. You're off to a good, you're in a good position. You're off to a good start. Keep up the good work, and we are proud of you, sir. Thank you, Judge.
All right. If nothing else, Ms. Cleveland, what's next for Mr. Bass?
Your Honor, he's phase 1, but he will be returning via Zoom on March 15th, 2022 at 9:45 a.m.
All right, Mr. Bass, did you get that?
Yes, I'm putting it in my notes now.
Look at you, very good. Continue to do what you're doing, and then you're going to try something different. I'm challenging you, okay?
Okay.
All right, good to see you, Mr. Bass. Take good care of yourself.
Good to see you too, Ms. Holmes.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right. Does anyone know where Ariel Cameron is? Nope. Miss Rob?
Your Honor, I'll reach out to her right now.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Fikens, you can bring in the person who you said is ready in the breakout room for the 9:30 docket. Do we have any? There are no other people in the breakout rooms?
No, that's the only person, Judge.
I'm ready to call the 9:30 docket then.
If maybe Miss Wilson can bring him out of breakout.
Oh, bye-bye, Miss Cleveland. I'm going to close the rooms. There we go.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Miss Cleveland, make sure you circle back to me today about the question you raised on yesterday evening.
Yes, I will.
If there's something I need to do, I want to make sure I do it, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. She's processing them right now too, so I just want you to know that they are being prepared.
All right, wonderful. And then I have another, I need to circle back with you about a dance-related issue. I need a granny dance shirt for a competition I'm going to with my granddaughter.
Yes, all right.
So, yeah.
All right.
They took first place, by the way, this weekend out in Walled Lake at Walled Lake High School, the only African-American team in the competition, my granddaughter's team, first place.
Yes, all right.
Magic, yes, We believe in magic, yes. And so they did a fantastic job. And
Well,
they're
just
on
let
their
me
way
know.
to Kalahari and then to Orlando, and I need to have a granny dance. I'm a granny dance captain or something, I don't know, but we'll talk to that. Okay,
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
all right, very good. All
Bye,
right,
everybody.
bye-bye. I closed the breakout room, Mr. Fikens.
He was in there, Judge. You turned off his video. I think he was moving around, so
Oh, okay, let me find him.
Elias Alcala is his name.
There he is. Okay, I'm gonna ask him to start his video at this time. There you are. Let me help you get in the camera without the hoodie on. Good
My
morning.
hair's a little crazy right now.
That's all right. My hair is crazy too. You're gonna have to take that hoodie off if you're talking to me today. Oh, your hair is not bad. Come on. All right, let me call your case, sir. I have case number SP 122-13071. State your name for the record, sir.
Elias Alcala.
Thank you, and good morning to you, Mr. Alcala.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, there's one matter. There's a failing to have a license that Mr. Alcala would like to resolve today, Your Honor. I've talked to the city attorney. The attorney has made a recommendation that if he pleads guilty to that, their recommendation would be to reduce that to fail to display. My client does wish to take advantage of that offer.
Wonderful, thank you. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed with your line of questioning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Alcala, you understand that in this matter, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to give up that right to a trial and enter a guilty plea today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or promised anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Yes, you may.
Sir, on the date and time of this citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And when stopped by a police officer and asked to produce a valid license, you were unable to do so because your license was not valid, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied.
I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'm reducing the charge to failure to display. And I am Mr. Fikens or Miss Mack. Did anyone check to see if Mr. Alcala has any other outstanding matters at 36th District Court?
I did ask him, Judge. I didn't check. He said he had no other ones. He did point to one out of state.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
No, I'm done, Judge.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure he's in good shape and he's
Thank
getting the
you, Your
biggest
Honor.
bang for his buck.
He
All
doesn't
right.
have it. This is the only ticket, Judge.
All right. Very good. He's in good shape. I'm ready for sentencing. Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Alcala is attempting to resolve matters. He told me there's one matter here he's attempting to resolve. He also has one out of state. I think it's a matter of money. I told him we couldn't help him with that, although I think he's in the right direction. So he can get his license back once he takes care of this and takes care of the other matter out of state. So, Judge, we stand ready for sentencing.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. What I'm going to do is I'm assessing because this is at show cause, our
Yes, Judge.
cost at $200. I'll assess the fine at $25 and the total amount assessed today is $225. Mr. Alcala, how long do you need to get this paid?
I could pay that tomorrow. It's fine.
You can pay it tomorrow. So this is what I'm going to do. I will adjourn this to pay and put it on my docket for Friday, March 4th, 2022 at 10:30. If for some reason you don't get it paid tomorrow, you need to come back to court on Friday at 10:30 because otherwise I'm going to set aside the entire deal that's been worked out for you. Okay.
No problem. Where am I gonna pay it? Do I just go to the court
You can also go online and pay it. Give my
pay online?
clerk a
Okay.
little time to get it in the system, and then you can go online. to
Okay.
pay, okay?
Okay, no problem. No
All
problem.
right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Warhurst, we've already called your case. So you are good. You had a face-to-face today. So just talk with Ms. Ross.
I got a card in the mail that said 10:30.
Right. It was with Ms. Robs though, okay?
Do I call her at 10:30?
Yeah, or she'll reach out to you.
Okay. I'm
Good
at
to see you.
CWT right now.
I heard. Do it, Mr. Warhurst.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank
All
you.
right. As to the show causes that I have left, I am going to call those. And then, I'm sorry, Miss Cameron, why are you joining me so late? Unmute, tell me, I want to be able to hear you. You're muted.
I'm sorry.
What?
I
You
was asleep
slept?
and then
What
I
you-
woke up and I was trying to find the app on my phone. I apologize. And then I found the app, but for some reason your name wasn't in my meetings. I guess because I haven't been in here in a while. I'm really not sure. I apologize. I had to do
All
better.
right. All right, let's do it. I have the following for Miss Cameron. I have case number Z 8083171 and case number Z, strike that, 217318781. Miss Cameron, state your full name for me.
Ariel Cameron.
All right, Miss Cameron, you working that new job?
Yes, ma'am.
Or is it working you?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. All right,
Yeah.
ma'am, you young, come on. Come on, let's do it. All right, you've been taking good care of yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yes, I thought my car alarm was going off, but that wasn't my car.
Okay, all right. And so you've been taking good care of yourself. You've been working your program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Cameron. All right, tell me what you've been doing to work your program.
I go to therapy weekly. I go to recovery meetings weekly. I bought me a little journal to start writing my thoughts. Me and my therapist had a conversation about that. I'm still going and doing my testing twice a week. That's still doing good. No failing or nothing. Still no smoking, no drinking, no bad influences in my life. I changed a little bit more people in my circle that I've been hanging around.
Look at
And
you.
I just go to work.
All right, how are
I just
you
go to
feeling?
work.
How are you
I'm
feeling
okay.
about where you are right now? Your progress, how do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good. My job kind of keep me so busy that I really don't have time to even try to even think about dreaming about having a social life. So
Okay.
I'm pretty cool. I can't complain. I love it. I love what
that
they
you
say. I love it here.
Yeah, and I love that you love it here, Miss Cameron.
Thank
I
you.
do. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All right, what do you need us to help you with?
I would like to know how much my fees are. That's all. I really don't need no help with nothing. Everything is going good. I just want to start. I just want to start paying on my court fees and my restitution fees and stuff like that.
All right, so you're gonna get with Ms. Robs on that. Thank you for wanting to get it paid. Ms. Robs will let you know what you owe, and you all set up a method, get it paid, okay? Yes, that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. Anything else that you have a question about?
No.
No?
No, everything else is just fine. I just been trying to figure out how much I owe so I can start paying on it.
All right.
I was really hoping that I was part of the profit sharing people that everybody was talking about.
You
I
want
ain't
to
make
part of
cut.
it?
I haven't been working there long enough. You got to be there at least a year. I still haven't even got my 90 days in yet. So
All right, but you have something to look forward to, right?
next year, y'all gonna see me.
All right now. Oh, yeah, I was happy. I went through my Rolodex. Ooh, I know getting that profit sharing that owe me some money. So I can remind them, check in on them, right?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Very good. Miss Robs, what do you want to tell us about Miss Cameron?
Yes, Your Honor, Miss Cameron is doing really well. If Miss Cameron has any issues, Your Honor, she usually reaches out. She's been in compliance with her testing, as she indicated, all negative screens. She's engaged with her outpatient services through All Wellbeing. I'm just waiting on an updated progress report. And I will get that information to you, Ms. Cameron, with regards to your balance so that you can start to make the payments. But Your Honor, other than that, no issues to report with Ms. Cameron.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything asked to Miss Cameron?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Keep up the good work, Miss Cameron. We know it's not easy. You work the job. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Cameron, I was very proud of you when you got that job, and it seems like it's paying off. It's keeping you tired, but it's paying off. So keep up the great work, ma'am. Not only in work, but also in your program.
All right. Very good. If nothing else from Miss Cameron, I need to get the return to court date.
Yes, Your Honor. It's March 15, 2022 at 8:30. I'm sorry, at 9:45 a.m.
All right.
35.
You got that, Miss Cameron?
Yes.
Did you get that?
March
All right.
15th at 9:45.
Yes, ma'am. All right, get you some rest. Continue to do well. I'm proud of you and the progress that you've made so far, Miss Cameron. Continue to do well, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. You're very welcome. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. I am ready to call the 9:30 docket. And then Miss Mac, you can tell me if it's too early to call the 10:30. As you all know that we staff for mental health court today. And if you all think our staffings are something, boy, you should sit in on a mental health court staffing. Very exciting. All
I
right.
would say, G, I'm sorry, if you go ahead and call the rest of the docket, and I did check the 10:30 people. But last time we did it, they paid while we went through the docket, so.
Right. I only have one person at 10:30 today though. So
Yeah.
if he if he has not paid already, we do need to wait till 10:30.
Right, he has not paid.
Oh, okay. All right, then we need to wait. All right, let's do it. I'm on the 9:30 a.m. docket. These are all matters that were scheduled for show cause. The defendant failed to appear. Capias will issue. The bond will be a personal bond unless stated otherwise by the court. One second. All right, and I'm ready. I have case for Marcus Aberhart Smith, U593-40621. This matter was scheduled for show cause. The charge is entering without the owner's permission. Capias will issue, and the bond is set at $50, cash or surety. I have Ferronda Abraham, SP 122-1854, counts 1 and 2. Both will be a Capias. For Gregory Adams, SP 121-90361, Capias. For Diamond Alexander, SP 121-32371, Capias. For Ponce Fatima Alfonso, Ponce, SP 121-64251, Capias. For Anthony Allen, SP 120-38511, charged with a narcotic drug violation, Capias will issue, and that bond is set at $100, cash or surety. For Portia Allen, SP 118-6407, counts 1 and 2, Capias. For Kenny Alonso, SP 121-864-5, count 1, failing to secure a load, KPS will issue, and that bond is set at $100 cash or surety. And then for counts 2 and 3, KPS will issue with personal bonds. For Shaniqua Anderson, case number SP 121-9089, counts 1 and 2, KPS. For Brennan Angot, SP 121-74431, KPS. For Tamir Ansley, SP 121-85111, KPS. And for Daisha Anthony, SP 121-90581, KPS. And those are all of the cases that I have. Have I missed anything, Miss Mack?
No, ma'am. Can you tell me what the amount of bond you had set for Marcus Aberhart Smith?
Yes, cash or surety, $50. $50 cash or
Okay,
surety.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, very good. I will come back. Let's give it a few minutes to see if Mr. Allwood is going to pay or if he's going to come back. And then you all will be done with me, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, for the day, and then I'll move on to mental health court.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, Judge.
All right, very good, very good. Thank you all. I'll just stay on and I'll be able to hear you all, or let me know if someone joins us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Ficus, I hear that cough. You know I'm the COVID police, sir. All
I know,
right.
Judge. I was trying to hide it from you, but.
All right.
Well, I might have to call you at halftime, Mr. Reed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I just, State's on a roll though. They're doing well. That was a good win against Purdue. I don't know. It's going to be a fun game, but I think if Michigan gets down at all, it's going to be tough for them to come back. They could not break Illinois' dominance over them.
Is this the final game of the season?
No, there's no. I think there was. Don't each team have two more after this?
Oh, okay.
On the weekend, you told me there were 3 more games left, right?
Right.
So, yeah, 2 more after. I didn't know it was coming up this fast when we talked. I didn't know it was the next game.
I thought it was the last game of the season. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm going to check what station it's on. Should be on regular TV, I imagine. Fox Sports. I don't know if you get that over the airwaves. The last game, State won by 16 points. Wow.
I believe it was, yes.
That was a rubbing. Fox Sports, it's on at 8:30. I don't know if I can stay up all that much. It's getting late for me,
8:30, yes.
Some of us got to work tomorrow. I'm going to check on that to see if I'm still wanted tomorrow. I don't know if I am.
We just had one case at 10:30. Was that during the pay?
Yes. Yeah, it's too bad. I think it looks like he pled last week. Pled guilty on Wednesday. A week ago, just a few days ago.
Has he paid anything?
No. Surprised it was that quick to.
Mr. Fikens, it's 10:45. Do you want to see if the court wants to call the case?
Yeah, anytime. Let me. Yeah, no one is checked in. Give it a few more minutes, maybe. I'm gonna go check to see if payment was made. No, he hasn't paid yet, Mr. Reed. Let me check another case. Just in case he's in the process of doing it. Yeah, he didn't make payment on his tickets yet. I checked, not all of them, but I checked, ones where he pled guilty, or one where he pled guilty, a couple which were adjourned to the date to pay, I guess.
Did you say the plea was last Wednesday?
Yes, sir. So, yeah, I don't remember him. I think I was working last Wednesday, but I don't remember. It might not have been his case. I don't recall, but got a good deal. I don't know why he was so quick to make payment. He must have said he could make payment right away. But he hasn't made payment yet, so.
Did he have a bond up?
No.
No.
I checked for that because I thought we could apply the bond or something and just send him on his way. It's just too bad. And I say let's give him a couple more minutes, Mr. Reed. Ms. Mack? Miss Mack, are you in the courtroom?
I am.
Say reason I'm talking to you, it's about 11 o'clock now. We've given that guy about a half hour. So whenever the judge is ready to come back to close him out, we're ready.
All righty, I will let her know.
Thanks.
All right, are we ready for the remainder of the 10:30?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
All right, let's do it. Ms. Mack, I just got your message saying that Mr. Allwood did not pay.
That's correct.
All right, and so for Mr. Allwood, I'm gonna call all of his cases. All of the original charges will be reinstated. And KPS will issue for the amount of the bond that's owed. For the amount, the bond will be in the amount that's owed on each ticket. So let's start, Ms. Mack. I have 19488, 467, counts 1 and 2.
Oh, you want the bond amount? Sorry about that, Judge. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Okay, it's $95 for count 1. For count 2 is $95 as well.
All right, so KPS will issue and the bond for each of those matters will be set at $95 cash or surety, and the original charge will be reinstated. Let's go to for Mr. Jacoby Allwood, SP 121 2913, counts 1, 2, and 3. As to count 1, Ms. Mack.
Count 1 is a civil infraction. The amount on that
That would
is
be a default.
$130.
Okay,
Yes,
that'll
and
be
it
a
is in
default.
default.
Wonderful.
Yes.
What about counts 2 and 3?
Count 2 and 3, there are no amounts because there was no plea taken on those. They were going to be dismissed if he had made his payment.
All right, very good. Then those will go into KPS. And they will have a personal bond as to both of those matters. And the
Oh,
original.
sorry, excuse me, Judge, I apologize. Count 3 is the one that he took a plea on. And that's the one that's $250.
All right, so the bond will be set at $250 cash or surety as to count 3, and count 2, KPS will issue and the bond will be a personal bond. Okay?
Yes.
All right, I have for Jacoby Allwood, SP 9671751.
That amount on that one is $95.
KPS will issue and the bond will be set at $95 cash or surety. And then for Jacoby Allwood, I have case number 193794471.
That one is $95 as well.
All right, and Ms. Mack, can you make sure the $95 cash or surety bond, that $95 is an amount I assessed, or is that reinstatement fee and maybe some type of warrant cost?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's warrant costs and reinstatement fees. And that's why it's $95.
All right, I'm not gonna set the bond to cover a reinstatement fee because I don't require people to get their license reinstated. So on the matters
Okay.
where you have where I've set the bond at $95, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I'm gonna change all of those to personal bonds.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, they will be in KPS warrant status, but they will all be personal bonds. The only one that I will issue cash bond on is the matter ending count 3 of SP 1212913, and that bond is going to be $250 cash or surety.
Understood, Judge.
Okay, so he's still in good shape. He just needs to get his money paid.
Yeah, thank you, Judge.
Okay, he had a good deal, obviously,
he
and messed
did.
himself up
He did.
and didn't show up to even let us know he couldn't make it. He couldn't do it. All right, and very good. Thank you all. You all are good. And I'm available by cell or by text should you all need me.
Thank you, Judge. I think I'm
All
your
right.
third man in tomorrow, so I might see you tomorrow.
Oh, you may be on? Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Third
All
one
right.
on.
All right, great. Thank you. That's good. All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you, Mr. Vikings. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.